Good evening, everybody. First, I have to give God all the honor, the glory, and the praise, because He is truly worthy for what He has done for me. It's only by His love and His grace that I'm able to be here and stand in front of y'all. He saved me, and I am so grateful for that. 2010, I fell ill carrying my last child, but the doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. It was a whole year later when they discovered what was going on with me. I became ill at work. I was tired all the time. My eyes turned yellow. My urine was orange. And the nurses that worked with me, they was like, Latonya, you really need to go to the hospital because you might need a kidney tonight. So the nurses rushed me to the hospital. And when I got there, the doctor said, Miss Mitchell, your enzymes are in the thousands and it's supposed to be a 0.3. We're going to have to hospitalize you. So I was there at Archibald for about a week. But they didn't really know what to do for me. So they let me go home. And I went home thinking I was okay. And that Monday morning, I went to take my children to school and passed out behind the wheel. But it was nothing but God, because He led me to my mom's house. No harm or danger to my kids or myself, even though I was unconscious. But when EMTs got there, they worked on me out in my mom's yard for a few minutes. And then they finally got me to the hospital. And when I got there, a specialist came in. And he said, Miss Mitchell, your liver is failing. And we need to send you to somewhere that somebody can really take care of you. Would you like to go to Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida? So I went down there for 3 weeks. And they was like, Miss Mitchell, well, we can save your liver. We're just going to put you on about 15 bottles of meds that you need to take every day, but we can save your liver. So after the 3 weeks there, and I went back home, I could no longer take care of myself or my kids. So I moved out of my home and moved in with my mom. And in less than a week, my oldest child found me on the floor in a coma. My oldest child took me to the hospital, to Archibald. And when I got there, the doctor said her liver has already shut down. She had less than 24 hours to live. So they air flighted me to Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida. And when I got there, I coded. And they was like, there's nothing that we can do, because they didn't have anything for me right then. But God brought me back. Only God. And then it took, I was on the waiting list. I was on the top of the waiting list. Usually it takes about 2 years for a transplant to come in. But God put my name at the top of that list. And He found a match for me. Now I woke up out that coma. And after I woke up, and the first time I got a chance to see myself, I went into a depression and I started crying. Because my skin and everything was burned up and my hair had fell out my head. But it was necessary in order for me to come back. And I wanted to give up at that time. But the first time I got a chance to see my 3 boys, that gave me the inspiration to keep fighting and to lean on God and trust in God and pray for Him to save me and get me out of that bed. Because it was a terrible experience. I couldn't breathe on my own. I was breathing from a ventilator. I couldn't talk. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. They had to turn me in the bed every 2 hours. I couldn't bathe myself or anything. I couldn't even lift my arm. And of course I questioned God. And I asked Him why. Why would He save me to live like a vegetable? But He had a plan for my life and a calling. And I thank Him for having favor on my life. And from then on, day by day, I just began to pray. And I thanked Him every day before He actually done what He needed to do to help me get up out that bed. And when in less than 2 months, He gave me everything back. Everything. And I went home, but I was still walking with a walker. And when I got home, I couldn't hold any food down on my stomach or anything. And then I had a small little boy. He was 1 at the time. He's 3 now. But I was like, Lord, I can't live like this. How can I take care of myself and my kids? And the doctors were talking about putting a feeding tube back in me because I couldn't have any food in my body. So I just went in the room and I just prayed and I just surrendered my all to God. And I just asked him to please help me, Lord. And from then on, I was able to breathe on my own, talk on my own, hold food on my stomach, and walk without a walker. So I just want to let y'all know there's nothing too impossible for God. You just got to trust and believe in him, and he will see you through any situation. God bless y'all.